If you hate spending a ton of money on annuals, this video is for you. You can save so much money by overwintering at least some of your plants. And it doesn't just save you money, you end up with much bigger, robust plants when you save them through the winter and put them out in spring. Now, if a plant is truly an annual, you can chuck it in the fall, like marigolds or zinnias. But when a plant is a perennial in a warmer zone than you have, known as a tender perennial, that might be worth saving. I do this with my elephant ears, ivy geraniums. This year I'm even trying it with my begonias. And sometimes it's not that expensive to buy them again in the spring, but the trouble is I can't always find the same variety I want. And that's frustrating. So to be safe, I started just wintering a lot of things over. The thing about bringing plants in from outside is you don't want to bring the bugs with them, so I have some tricks for you to avoid that. When a plant is in the ground, you want to be especially careful. I dig it out, I shake as much dirt off as I can, and then I lay it in the ground so that any worms or other critters can crawl off of it. And then I take a bucket of soapy water. You only need like a drop of dish soap. And then I let it sit in there for about 5 minutes just to kill any lingering insects that I can't see. And I also give the leaves a good spray with the hose because that's going to knock off any soft-bodied insects. And for this, I used the Vego 82-foot retractable hose because they sent it for me to try out. And I have to say, if you don't have a retractable hose already, you might want to consider saving for one or maybe asking for it as a gift because there's nothing like having a hose that puts away itself. It's just so convenient. And this one I have noticed seems to be kink resistant. It hasn't kinked on me yet. I haven't had it that long, so I'll keep you posted on the durability of it. And if you want to try one yourself, you can use my discount code at checkout to save $10, Garden Unwind 10 off. I'll put it in the description. So after they're all clean and hosed off, then I pot them up, give them a good drink, and once the leaves are pretty much dry from the hosing off, at least water's not dripping off them, then I spray them with a solution of usually my homemade Castile soap and water. You can use insecticidal soap. You can use neem oil if you have it. That works great, especially for spider mites. But if I don't see any bugs on the plant, usually I can get away with just the soapy water spray, and that'll keep bugs at bay just fine. I don't have a ton of windows in my house, so this is where I overwinter my plants in my basement. I have this corner, and the plants are really happy together because when you group plants together, they have more humidity. These LED shop lights work great. They're just regular shop lights. They're the same lights I use for my seed starting setup. I do have a lime tree I'm wintering over this year, so I do want to get an actual grow light for that, full spectrum, because you're supposed to need that to have anything fruiting. But if you're just saving your plants through the winter, it's really not necessary. And as far as watering, I try to do that about once a week. A lot of these plants don't like to be overwatered, especially the ivy geraniums and the begonias. The elephant ears don't mind, but I don't like to water them a lot from the top because then I end up with a lot of fungus gnats. So I try to do bottom watering where you just pour water in the saucer and let the plant soak it up. And this also makes it easy for fertilizing because when I fertilize, I can just put the liquid fertilizer right in the water. And if I'm watering them once a week, putting a little fertilizer in every week is perfect. I gotta admit, I'm not really on top of this because sometimes I don't feel like mixing up the fertilizer in the watering can because I have a hose down here. It's so much easier to just spray water in the saucer. So in a pinch, they don't get fertilized every week. They don't mind at all. But that is a great tip. If you have a plant setup near your laundry, you can just tap into the cold water supply, put a Y connector on that, connect a garden hose, and it makes seed starting and wintering over plants so much easier. I don't have a sink down here, but just having the hose is a lifesaver. Well, I hope this helps you save some money and also just have a wonderful lush garden that you can go to in the winter to cheer up when it's cold and miserable outside. Let me know in the comments, what plants are you wintering over? Take care. Thanks for watching.